Hello, this is Ron Paul with your weekly update for Monday, May 18th. On April 21st, the Washington Post savaged Georgia Governor Brian Kemp's decision to begin opening his states after locking down for weeks. Georgia leads the race to become America's #1 death destination, sneered the headline. The author, liberal pundit Dana Milbank, actually found the possibility of Georgians dying to be hilarious, suggesting that as a promotion, Georgia could offer ventilators to the first 100 hotel guests to register. Milbank, who is obviously still getting paid while millions are out of work, sees his job as pushing the mainstream narrative that we must remain in fear and never question what experts like Dr. Fauci tells us. Well, it's been 3 weeks since Milbank's attack on Georgia and its governor, predicting widespread death, which he found humorous. His predictions are about as worthless as his character. Not only has Georgia not been coronavirus burned through Georgia like nothing else since William Sherman, as Milbank laughed, but COVID cases, hospitalizations, and deaths have seen a steep decline since the governor began opening up the state. Maybe getting out in the fresh air and sunshine should not have been prohibited in the first place. In fact, as we now have much more data, it is becoming increasingly clear that the U.S. states and the countries that lock down the tightest are suffering the highest death rates. Ultra-lockdown Italy suffered 495 COVID deaths per million, while relatively non-lockdown South Korea suffered only 5 deaths per million. The same is true in the United States, where non-lockdown states like South Dakota were relatively untouched by the virus, while authoritarian-led Michigan, New York, and California have been the hardest hit. In those hardest hit states, we are now seeing that most of the deaths occurred in senior care facilities, after the governors ordered patients sick with COVID to leave the hospitals and return to their facilities. There, they infected their fellow residents who were most likely to have the multiple comorbidities and advanced age that turned the virus into a death sentence. Will these governors be made to answer for this callous disregard for life? Yesterday, Health and Human Service Secretary Alex Azar admitted the obvious. We are seeing that in places that are opening, we're not seeing this spike in cases. So why not